a banner that's as big as a double-decker bus. We're going to hang it over Westminster Bridge. We're going to take the money shot photo and we're going to spread that round the world to spoil their little bullshit Windrush party and bring the real revolution home to British people. Alright, say bye, Teresa. Bye. Bye. Yeah. There's nothing left in there, is there, mate? Eh? I hope she's not left anything because she ain't coming back for it. We are the most disbelieved people in this country, and it goes to the root of the issue of whether you can be a black British citizen. I don't believe you can be a black British citizen. I believe this country has betrayed its black British citizens. I believe that the whole immigration regime is deeply racist and targeted towards a minority who doesn't happen to be white. And that's why we're calling for a United Nations investigation into this sack of racists over the road who were determined to unleash the hostile environment on a people who helped build this country. So we're calling for Windrush justice. We will be partying later on, but right now we're reveling in what we see as our most finest and glorious tradition, and that is Windrush resistors. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it?
A Windrush victim dies with no apology or compensation. Richard Stewart had hoped payment would fund his trip to his mother's grave in Jamaica. Another prominent victim of the Windrush Scandal has died without receiving compensation or personal apology from the government, as campaigners warn those affected need more help to claim damages. The former Middlesex bowler, Richard Stewart, had been waiting for his case to be resolved so he could travel back to Jamaica for the first time in half a century and visit his mother's grave, but he died a week ago, aged 74. His son, Wesley Stewart, said the cause of death was unknown, adding that his father had been stressed and depressed during the protracted process of attempting to sort out his paperwork and prove the government's error that caused him severe problems for years. He described his father as a pioneer of cricket for the Windrush generation and a gentleman. Wesley said his father had never wanted to see Britain as a racist country, but his views has changed as a result of his treatment by the Home Office.
We're here today to protest against British immigration, the most racist immigration regime in Europe. This country deports black people on the basis of their colour of their skin without no regard to their rights, their humanity or their longevity in this country. We have the Windrush Scandal, which has seen black people routinely deported for the colour of their skin. We're here today to say that the government has announced its Windrush Day. We say that's a bullshit Windrush Day. We built this country through colonialism, through slavery, through the hard work of our Windrush generation, and now we're seeing our grandparents and grandchildren being detained and deported by a racist immigration regime we haven't seen in British modern political history. So that's why we're here calling for a Windrush Day of action. That's why we're opposing the state codified racism. This is not unconscious bias. This is conscious discrimination by an immigration service that is racially profiling black British citizens who should be here to enjoy their lives and get on with their retirement, and instead they're being deported by racist immigration officers, detained in detention centres, and our lives are being made hell, all because of the colour of our skin. You gotta love each other. Live forever.
The Windrush scheme, that means all those relatives, all those descendants have the right to stay here, should never have had to see the inside of a detention centre, should never have been threatened with 72-hour notice deportation tickets. Yes. Enough is enough. Yes. Justice for Windrush means justice for every generation upon generation upon generation. We have the right to be here. Britain put itself in every other part of the world and it opened the door. And it means we have a right to be here too.
Yes. And this is what's going on with the Windrush generation is also significant to what's been happening with our forefathers in the Caribbean through our enslavement. We built this country through that enslavement. So we can't separate the two. They both go together. And I'm glad to be here amongst you all because the fight must continue. Yeah, we cannot celebrate until all the planes stop being flying out. All the people have been recompensed for all the wrongs that they've been done. They paid their taxes. They did what they were supposed to do. So what else do you want us to do? So until that time happens, we must continue to fight and strengthen each other and talk to our young people and let them know this is what we did for this country and that's what we're still doing.
This is the official Windrush Radio FM Resistance calling the nation to support the call for justice for Windrush victims. We stand together in solidarity with all people suffering from racist immigration laws, whether they're from Asia, whether they're from Latin America, whether they're from Caribbean, or whether they're from Africa. We stand in solidarity with all victims of immigration racist regimes. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? What do we want it? Blood is on your shoulder. Kill I today, you cannot kill I tomorrow. Oh, hello. DJ, bust that rhythm. Yeah.
It's such a struggle. With a struggle.
That's why we're here today. We're saying no to British immigration legislation. What do we want? Justice! When do we want it?
Now!
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 When?
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 Now!
When? 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 What do we want? Never. When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it?